All right. Hey, hey. All right. So, Libras, let's go ahead and take a little peek. We are in retrograde, and retrograde is a great time to think about like, what are we coming back around to, or what's coming back around. But this time we're like older and wiser. So bear in mind, Mercury retrograde, Mercury moves faster than we do in its orbit, so it laps us. So it's never going in the reverse. It just appears to be because of that lapping. So just like a hands on a clock, keeps striking 12. It never goes in the reverse, but at some point it almost looked like the clock is going in the reverse. But what it really denotes is we're a little older, a little wiser. Some time has passed. Maybe we can look at something again and rethink things and readdress something. So what is it that's being readdressed? We have the Emperor. Okay, we could be looking at possibly an Aries, possibly a masculine, and saying, huh, you know what? That person's grown a lot. Wow, that person's terrific. This could also be very weird maybe to say this, but somebody's voice may have matured, like or their words or the quality of their conversation, or sometimes somebody learns how to like interact with us and we learn better how to interact with them once you have familiarity built. And or somebody becomes more like we respect them more, or we like them more because of the quality of who we've discovered them to be. We have Judgment card. So there could be, and let's not immediately jump to the conclusion this is about romance. This could be, you know what, I'm rebuilding a relationship with my father figure. I've realized that there were some things about them that I've come to understand them at a deeper level. I've come to understand more about some of the things that they don't say versus their actions. Sometimes we watch somebody's actions instead of hearing their words, or sometimes we didn't understand their actions until we get a chance to be filled in on missing gaps of information. Just feels like there is this deeper appreciation. This could also be a boss. This could be like, you know what, I actually am realizing I did like working for that boss, that company. In fact, I could see me working for them again, or I could see me readdressing a conversation and saying, you know what, I would like to apply for that position. I really enjoy working here. Like the more I've gotten to know you, the more I see how you operate. Like I would definitely want to be a part of this team. We have a 3 of Wands. This is all about like, I'm looking at the future again and I'm thinking, no, this is something that I want long term. This is something that I'd like to hold on to, work with, put more energy in. I could see a future here. And this is after some time of silence. This could be Libra's going to be writing to someone, or this masculine is going to be writing to Libra. This definitely feels like readdressing something with the Judgment card. By the way, we have strong Scorpio here. We also have Leo, Sag, Aries, and then of course, strong Aries specifically off of the Emperor card. What is coming back around is, I would argue that this is Libra's thoughts, but it may be their thoughts as well. As I get the King of Swords and the 5 of Wands split in half, yes, 2 people still think the same way. Now, they may not, even if they would like another opportunity to kind of express themselves to Libra, maybe they would be better at expressing themselves now than they were in the past. They may not know whether or not Libra would want to converse with them, but boy, oh boy, I got to say, they're on Libra's mind and Libra is on this person's mind. This is like 2 people that are going, huh, I sure would like to interact with them again. I don't know that I think that this is a relationship where it was like, oh my gosh, we dated and it went horribly, but now I appreciate them later on because somebody's matured. That is not what this feels like to me at all. This feels more like 2 people that know of one another. Maybe they met like, at a social event or something, and they had, some interaction, maybe not a whole lot, but recently they've been thinking about each other and going, huh, I wonder if they'll be at the next, whatever event next month, because it's quarterly that, there's some whatever business breakfast meeting or something that happens in the community and the business club that I'm a part of. I wonder if they'll be there, because I would really like to talk to them about doing some collaboration. Or obviously this could be more than just collaboration. This could, somebody could be writing to say, hey, wanted you to know I really enjoyed meeting you last month or last quarter. I'm hoping you're going to be at such and such, because this is somebody writing a letter. And the word silence is up here, but we've got all these musical notes as well. I'm kind of thinking 2 people have had time to sit back and go, I really liked that person. They were pretty great. I would like to talk to them again. I wonder if they're going to be there. I still think one or the other of them is like, I don't know, maybe that's too forward. Maybe they're not really thinking of me. Maybe, that isn't a shared energy flow. Look, usually an emperor is going to be the one who's like, I'm going to go ahead and reach out anyway and just see, because I'm going to follow through with how I feel. Libra may hear from this person who is, and Libra could have been, kind of torn in half going, should I reach out to them? Should I not? For all I know, they have a partnership. For all I know, this is not something I should do. Maybe I shouldn't approach. I don't know. Libra could be the one with that King of Swords who's, contemplating, I don't know if I should reach out to them, but I feel like Libra and this person think along the same lines. We do have a Five of Swords. It's weird because I get this vibe that Libra's like, I don't think I should reach out to them in case I disrupt. Like, what if they're in a relationship? I don't want to cause them any stress or grief. You know what? That probably makes sense. Even if this is like a totally innocent, I'd like to talk to this person for business purposes. Libra could still be sensitive to saying, look, if they had a partner and then I go reach out to them, that could seem too personal. It could stir up trouble. It could stir up, an innocent act on my part could perhaps come across in a different light if they had a partner. And maybe Libra is saying, yeah, because actually I am like, I admire this person. I'm interested in this person, even if it's under the guise of business. In truth, I know whether or not I have totally altruistic, emotions or not. We know what our real undercurrent is. And if it's just pure intentions, oh, hey, reaching out to you about this business thing versus, a more personalized letter, I hope to see you at the meeting next month, blah, blah, blah. There's different vibes. And I'm kind of thinking Libra has been saying, I don't know that I should reach out in the event that they have something else in their world. I don't want to step across boundaries here. So it kind of feels like Libra is coming back around to thinking about a person, but also saying, I don't think I would make a move in their direction. I think the ball has to be in their court. Well, on this, it says they've been thinking a lot about Libra as well. They too have been thinking about sending a message to Libra. There has been silence, but neither person has forgotten each other. That's for sure. What is the context of this as far as they're concerned? Queen of Pentacles. So this person, there is a desire for tangible connection and building something real. Another one here. We have got the Six of Cups. They feel like, but this is a soulmate energy, and I can't help it. It's time. I gotta reach out. Maybe because of the timing, or like I said, this is like, an upcoming, like whatever quarterly event, or maybe this is, heck, maybe they're thinking about reaching out before like Libra's birthday or around Libra's birthday or something along those lines. But there is a desire to like build a foundation with someone who they perceive as a soulmate, which is, I'm thinking how they look at Libra. They would definitely like to deepen a connection, reestablish a connection, but then they don't have altruistic intentions where it's like, oh, it's purely platonic. Six of Cups can be that way, but not when we see that Queen of Pentacles. Yes, there could be business, but I still feel like there's more appreciation here. Four of Swords. See, their life could be different. They may be have gone through some healing cycle. They may be footloose, fancy free. Maybe that is why they themselves are saying, I really want to reach out to Libra. There's something here about there's a song that reminds them of Libra. I don't know what that song is. I'm hearing You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman, but by Aretha. It doesn't matter what gender our characters are. Libra has actually shown up here as a masculine, but then they have looked at a connection with Libra as like building it with, like a Queen of Pentacles. Now, as always, these stories could be totally flipped. This could be Libra's thinking about reaching out to someone and, is going to take that action. And they might be holding back on purpose because they're like, I don't know if Libra is with somebody or not. So we have a 9 of Cups. Look, I'm going to say it like this. We're going to read it in just this one direction. Whomever is in the Emperor's energy is going to be the action taker. They've decided it's time to reach out because they've been thinking about this anyway. They've gone through a time period of some kind of healing, and they actually want to advocate for their own happiness. And right now, breaking the silence to talk to Libra is what they would like to do. So I think that that's what's coming. So it's around this retrograde that they're thinking, like, I need to go ahead and do this because it's on my mind anyway. Why don't I be honest about this? 4 of Wands, and they definitely have more than business in mind with that 4 of Wands energy. This is somebody they have a lot of love, I think. I mean, they may look at Libra as like an idealized partner, in fact. So it doesn't look like Libra's going to be the one doing the heavy lifting over here. It looks like it's going to be the other person. It looks like Libra's like, I don't know what their situation is. I don't think it's a good idea for me to reach out, even if I would like to. Let me just ask one last thing. Universe, is there a message just for Libra in all this? Libra is Empress material, and it just says, first and foremost, know that we have the opportunity to build and grow anything we want in our lives. That is Libra Taurus energy right there. And 5 of Cups. If Libra is able to nurture things in their life, it's to spend more time with the concept of what I'm nurturing instead of the idea of, oh, something won't work out, or dealing with any grief or loss. Look, whether or not things go well with this person, whether or not anything turns out the way Libra might want it to with this individual, that part says an Empress is so full of opportunities that will blossom. Everything here is to focus more on what we wish to develop, what kinds of fabulous things we want to nurture, what kinds of fabulous things we want to grow. And yes, there is an energy of, not all opportunities will blossom, or some things will blossom for a short time and then they leave our life anyway. But it's kind of okay because an Empress has space for many, many, many new blooms. This is not going to be the one and only. If things don't work out, because it doesn't say to put any eggs in one basket and be like, okay, so this person's going to reach out. It's going to be great. They're reaching out for the right reason, and they're going to be the one I want. Indeed, this person could reach out and Libra could be like, I'm not too interested. And instead of being bummed about it, or maybe this person changes their mind. Everybody has free will. Maybe they don't reach out at the last minute just because it said they were going to, and then they don't. There's nothing to be sad over because it just means somebody else is supposed to bloom and take their place. This energy says always focus on what we're growing, what we're nurturing, what we're blooming. There's many, many other options on this planet for Libra. There are many other people that would want to get with Libra. So on one hand, it's like, it's okay if certain things, bloom and then still fade away. Other things will take their place. Actually, I really like that message because it doesn't get Libra, hooked on any particular outcome or a particular other person's actions. Instead, they just kind of are in this place of owning their own thoughts, their own mind, and what they want to see happen in their life. But most of all, it's like bloom in your own life. Nurture the things you want in your own life instead of wait for somebody else's actions. Even though this looked like somebody is an emperor, in fact, is actually gravitating toward Libra. It says, still, don't count chickens before they hatch, but also don't set yourself up for sorrow nor huge expectations. Make your own amazing life because that's Libra's blooming every single day. So there's a lot of good for Libra right now. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up.